For the first time on the air, Betty Hutton sings Frank Lesser and Jimmy McHugh's fine song from the picture Happy Go Lucky. He says murder.
Finally found a fella almost completely divine, but his vocabulary is killing this romance of mine. We get into an intimate situation, and then begins this Romeo's conversation. He says, murder, he says, every time we kiss. He says, murder, he says, at a time like this. He says, murder, he says, is that the language of love? He says, solid, he says, takes me in his arms. He says, solid, he says, meaning all my charms. He says, solid, he says, is that the language of love? He says, chick, chick, you torture me. Zoot, are we living? I'm thinking of leaving him flat. He says, dig, dig the jumps the old ticker is given. Now he can talk plainer than that. He says, murder, he says, every time we kiss. He says, murder, he says, keep it up like this and that. Murder, he says, in that impossible tone, whimpering on nobody's murder but his own. He says, Jackson, he says, and my name's Marie. He says, Jackson, he says, she hoot the snoot to me. He says, Jackson, he says, is that the language of love? He says, woof, woof, he says, when he likes my hat. He says, what the heck is that? He says, woof, woof, he says, is that the language of love? He says, hep, hep with helium. Now, babe, we're cooking in other expressions to wit. He says, we're in de groove, and de groove is good looking. He sounds like his uppers don't fit. He says, murder!